Emergency alert. If you move, you will die. That's what flashed across my phone screen, the message in urgent red letters accompanied by a bone-chilling siren. My heart raced as I stared at it, my mind reeling. The alert came through while I was reading on the couch completely alone in my apartment. I frantically checked the news for any updates or context, but there was nothing. No explanation, no further details. Just the stark, terrifying message. The alert repeated, "Lock all doors and windows immediately. Do not attempt to leave the premises. Stay where you are until further notice." I felt a cold sweat break out as I looked around the room. It was eerily quiet, the silence only punctuated by the faint hum of the refrigerator. The warning had put me on edge, but the stillness of my apartment made it worse. As minutes ticked by, I began to hear scratching noises coming from the walls, soft at first, then gradually growing louder. It was a rhythmic, persistent sound, like something or someone scratching to get inside. I tried to stay calm, but the noise was unnerving. My heart pounded as I wondered if it was a prank or if there was something truly sinister at play. Against my better judgment, I crept toward the window and peeked through the blinds. The street outside was dark and empty, with no signs of disturbance. I returned to the center of the room, trying to shake the feeling of dread that had settled over me. The scratching seemed to move around the walls, as if it was searching for a way in. I froze, my anxiety escalating with each passing second. Suddenly, the scratching stopped. The abrupt silence was unsettling, filling the room with a sense of foreboding. My breathing grew shallow as I strained to hear anything else. That's when I heard it. A soft, barely audible whisper, as if someone was speaking right behind me. "I told you not to move." I spun around, my heart racing, but the room was empty. The whisper had come from somewhere close, though, as if it was coming from within the very walls of my apartment. My mind raced, trying to make sense of it all. I remembered the alert's final instruction: "Do not attempt to leave the premises." The warning echoed in my mind, and I realized that moving might be just as dangerous as trying to escape. The fear of the unknown crept in. I wanted to run, to get out of the apartment and seek help, but I was paralyzed by the thought that leaving might lead to something even worse. The whispering continued, growing louder and more insistent, as if something was trying to make itself known. The walls felt like they were closing in, and every shadow seemed to flicker with hidden menace. Then, a new sound joined the whispering, a soft, rhythmic thumping like footsteps approaching from a distance. My pulse quickened as the thumping grew louder, more urgent. It was clear now that something, or someone, was moving within the apartment, but I couldn't see anything. The combination of the whispering and the thumping was almost too much to bear. I stood frozen, caught between the terror of remaining still and the horror of moving. The alert had warned me, but I couldn't shake the feeling that staying put might be a trap. My own apartment had turned into a nightmarish maze, with invisible threats lurking in every corner. The fear was consuming, and the line between safety and danger had become impossibly blurred.